off with a very painful, very painful conversation. I say painful, but because it's one that seemingly is not getting the traction it needs. It's like, people talk about it and then they go and sleep and then they accept literally the fates that they have been dealt with, because I don't think they choose it for themselves. Now, the Rivers State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says combating motorists who drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs remains a top priority. Now, in an interview with our correspondent, the Rivers State Sector Commander Iyan Gumo reaffirmed the command's commitment to cracking down on drivers exhibiting dangerous behaviors that could lead to road accidents. That sounds very familiar, right? Now, my question is this: why do some drivers insist on driving under the influence, whether it's alcohol or other substances? They give 1,001 reasons why they have to take these substances for them to focus. I've even heard some people call this station, I'm trying to remember who now, who say it's normal, we shouldn't disturb anybody, it's what our forefathers used to do. You see, when you take medication, there are some medication that you get to take, right? You see just at the back, if you pay attention, right, it will tell you, do not operate heavy machinery after you take this medication or during the course of you taking this medication. But some people ignore it. And by heavy machinery, it means driving your car, your truck, your motorcycle, or even strenuous exercises. Some of you are on medication. It is that time that you now remember that Mama Nkechi's body is sweet. Hey, I have small malaria. If my madam just come now, it go cure am. Are you people normal? But hey, don't hear it from me. Hear it from the sector commander.
My advice to drivers, to every motorist, please, let's maintain the speed limit. Let's respect one another. Because if we observe the basic traffic technique, believe that person you are seeing is not better than you or doesn't know much about the road. You need to be cautious. You need to drive carefully. You need to take your tire. Your tires are very good. As your traffic light, your wiper, you're having rain here and there. Those things must be available in your vehicle. You don't struggle with anybody. Most it shows that this is our big trucks. Don't also undertake wrongful overtaking.
You heard those things. Now, all those traffic violations or infractions are usually exacerbated when the driver is under the influence. Now, we had a similar conversation last year, but this is where I'm struck once again with all of the advice, whether it's coming from the FRSC, whether it's coming from Nigeriainfo, whether it's coming from one NGO or the other. Why do some drivers still insist? And I mean insist. Sometimes as early as 6:30 in the morning. No, what am I saying 6:30? 5:30 in the morning, 5:45. When I'm making my way to the office, all right, in the mornings, I will actually take a keke. That morning, 5:45 a.m., 6 o'clock, I can smell the alcohol on the breath of the driver. So I made up my mind. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, no matter anywhere I'm going, if I perceive alcohol on the person of that driver, I just calm down. I do not care if it is a 2 minutes ride. I do not care if the road is really bad. I don't care if the road is really good. I have decided that for my safety and the safety of my unborn children, I will not risk their lives and my life on the whims and caprices of someone who has decided that, you know what, this morning I use anti-wash mouths. I won't do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, why then are some of these individuals, despite all the warnings, continuously consuming not just alcohol? Some of them are smoking, substances that they shouldn't smoke, and they're driving. Some of you, your friends, you call them guy men. If I don't do this thing, I know they see road well for nights. You go to bars, have a good time Thursday and Friday, and then when you're driving under the same influence, you have an accident.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH at Nigeriainfo. PH. Our WhatsApp and Telegram number is 08090306416. 08090306416. Right? Please, if you have any challenges, which I hope you don't, we can also take a WhatsApp call or two during the course of the program. But we have Muriel in Okrika starting us off this morning. Welcome to the conversation, Muriel.
Hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Jude, I've seen, I once met, in fact, I know the person, that is taking, he's taking weed, this weed. That, and when you ask him, he will say, this is our head now. This is very good for the body. And he will even justify it by saying, in the U.S., they've even legalized this. That this is a good, they are healthy, they are normal herbs, that grow. That even cocaine, they are just things that grow, It's just that. But I believe why people keep taking it, they just try to justify the reasons why they take it, even if they know that this is harmful. In fact, there was a time he explained why. Just trust me, I couldn't. I was even seeing reasons, and I said, I didn't have anything to say. And I said, okay, why don't smoke it now? He said, smoking it and soaking it in water or using it to cook. That was the difference. I said, if you listen to these people when they're explaining it,
but that's the problem. You see, for those cannabinoids, right? That's the primary constituent. The ones that have been legalized in the US have medicinal properties. The ones that they are taking, it's for hallucinogenic purposes. They start to see double and triple. They start to see their great-grandfathers as they are walking on the street. That's totally different from what the U.S. has legalized. But they don't know, and they won't tell you.
Yeah, dude. Even in the U.S., you cannot buy above a particular ration. There's a way. It has to be in little quantities, and they have to prescribe it before you take it according to your illness. But here, they just consume. It's just like advising someone to take a root. They say, take root there. But how do you know the quantity you need? And they take it and they commit crimes, all those things. But they keep justifying it. People that take cigarettes on the part of it, the other day I said, you will see the heart, a damaged heart, the damaged kidney of the person. And here they still justify. They say, I just keep body and soul together. I will stop it, But I don't really know because I've never been addicted to anything. But trust me, just like you, Jude, if I enter a taxi or a bus with a driver that is drunk, or no, even if he's not drunk, that I perceive alcohol, I might not mind the cost of it. I just pay, even if it's just to pay half, calm down. It is your safety, honestly.
All right, Miriam, thank you very much. It is really about your safety. Zadok, the priest, says, Jude, because of this song by Stunning Neji Oruka, I want to get married. Oh, you didn't want to get married before. Interesting. Good morning, Jude. Jeff Yanga from Omuselem Farm Road, Gruta. Oh, okay. All right. That's power. I think I've sent this report before. I've sent this power report. Thank you, Jeff. I think I've sent this report before. This was last week. Thank you very much. Good morning, Jude. These drivers who take these things, they have reasons. Some of them are actually depressed. And so those herbs that they take is for them to be able to work. But that's the thing. The minute you know that you need a substance to get you going, it's a bad sign. Robin, good morning, please. Very quickly.
Good morning, Jude.
Go on, please.
Very quick. Good morning. Pleasant working day.
Welcome.
Jude, Nigerian democracy is about 24, 25 years old. Am I right?
Yes, 1999.
Why is it difficult for legislation to have been made that drinking drugs should be a crime?
It is a crime. The FRC says
it's not a crime in Nigeria. Let any lawyer let anybody call in to dispute me that if you are caught drunk on a steering, this is what police go to prosecute you for. Drunkenness is not a crime. What is a crime? If you are drunk and you commit a crime, you will be kept whenever you are sober. You will be charged for the offense you committed.
I see what you mean.
Why is drunkenness not a crime?
Okay.
Because stealing is not a crime.
All right, Rob, let's go for a break. That's a very interesting view there.
For more talk,
materials, they can use it to produce the sachets for whatever drinks that they needed you, the consumer, to buy. But here we are, once again, coming full circle. A lot of the accidents that may have occurred because the person was under the influence. We don't have the data, however. But what we do know is this, that at the bus terminals, that's a given. A lot of the drivers are consuming alcohol. These are men who know. You can tell the car is bad. They are using screwdriver to start the engine. They don't are going to replace parts. Yet, they find wherewithal to go and buy ogogoro. And then they will put my life and your life at risk in the name of offering services. The question is, why? Is it that they don't know that it's wrong?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right. WhatsApp and Telegram, you'll find us with the number 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. I don't know how many times you need to be told, do not drink under the influence. The FRSC says, hey, look, we're going to try and stamp it out. But my question to them is, how? How are they going to do that? Because I don't see breathalyzers, on the persons of FRSC officers, corps members, corps marshals. See them with breathalyzers. Yes, I can smell alcohol, but the fact I can smell alcohol on your body doesn't mean that you have taken enough to be intoxicated. I don't know if that makes sense. Zion's on the line from GR. Zion, good morning to you.
I think you just took the word off my mouth.
Oh, really?
Because the person smell alcohol don't mean the person is drunk. So subjecting people that take alcohol to this kind of humiliation, to me, I don't like it. That morning, the herbalist told them, take 1 or 2 shots in the morning. The first thing you should do.
But most of them don't take 1 or 2 shots. Most of them don't take 1 or 2 shots. Zion, that's where the honest problem is.
You that is not taking it, you are not taking it because you don't want to die. Is it not so? And the man that is taking it because he also don't want to die. So why can't you just mind our business?
But you see, his business,
you don't die?
His business is to take me from point A to point B safely.
But Jude, at that material time, he's not drunk to stupor. He's still in his right senses. He can still collect his money from you and give you back your balance when it's arrived. The truth is this, in this part of the world, we are so quick to stigmatize people. We are so quick to segregate people. I don't know why. But it comes to this issue of the local drinking, which normally take from this part, we condemn these people. We look at them as if they are non-entities, they are wayward, they are jobless. Let me be honest with you. A lot of people take these things at home.
No, but see,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, Zion, I don't doubt that, right? There's no crime in you taking your beverage at home. You are not going to do anything with Jude when you're drinking your own beverage at home. But you see, Jude is about to enter your keke and you have taken the shot. I can see your eyes. Your eyes are red. Yes, I may not have the data to justify that you are drunk to stupor, but you don't need to be drunk to stupor. Zion, let me read something for you, right? It says here that if you take just about 45 milliliters, right, of alcohol, your cognitive functions is impaired by a certain amount. Now, if you take a shot of whiskey, that one that people like, that one man used to drink 26-year-old whiskey. If you take one shot of that, you should not drive a vehicle. But yet, some of your brothers are driving vehicles after taking ogogoro.
Do they take up to that liter or to that milliliter? He only told them take 1 or 2 shots which they adhere, and besides narrow it down to drivers alone. Are they not Nigerians? Are they not living in health conditions? Are they not from environment that have traditions, cultures, and beliefs? To me, they have never violated any section of the law. Nigerian constitution have now woke up and said, do not take alcohol anymore. And they can never get to that point.
No. Nobody say they should stop taking alcohol. But the question is driving under the influence. So there's the influence of alcohol, there's the influence of other substances.
I don't want to use, Jude. Driving under the influence. No driver that is being on our roads are under the influence of alcohol. Not one from the southeast. This is what we take every day. We saw our father take them. The same people came up and I don't like the way they subject our people to such a ridicule. In the morning, the woman that sells it knows that my customers will come. She knows, and even the patient that is those drugs, he needs them. He will go as early. He cannot prepare it at home. The woman that has the time that has taken upon herself a cognizance that this is my business, she's at the junction. We will go there. Patronize her for our health's sake. You are not taking it for your own health's sake. You don't want to die, you are not taking it. We are taking it for our own health's sake because we don't want to die. We all don't want to die. So please, can you mind your own? Why we also...
Zion, thank you very much. All right. So Zion was one who was on this fence last year. So you take your own, and me, I won't take my own, so that two of us will not die. But once again, to what degree? I think, in all fairness, there is a lot to be said about that narrative. That is, for medicinal purposes, right? You may want to take the gin or the agbo. Yes, agbo is a popular term for it, right? Maybe for those reasons. But let us not forget, right, that any standard medicines, there are ranges. There are ranges. From a legal point, right, I have to state this, that we cannot, in all fairness, say that this man is totally intoxicated because there's no breathalyzer. That's why in the US, in the UK, and in other climes, to prove beyond all reasonable doubt, you blow into the breathalyzer, it measures the amount of molecules of alcohol in your breath. When that level is exceeded, you are said to be driving under the influence, and then you will be sent to jail. If the level is not high, you can go your way. They can smell breath from you, but it's not high enough. But once it gets to that point, now the reason why there's that standard is because above that standard, on average, your ability to control heavy equipment is impeded. Let's not even go to alcohol. Even drugs. Your cough syrup. I don't know if you have taken cough syrup, codeine. Right? There's a time when that's one of the reasons why there's a control of that medication in this country. If you take it, it impedes your cognitive abilities, particularly your motor function skills. You see left. Instead of going left, in 2 minutes, you are going left in 2.5 minutes. You have hit somebody. That's what those kind of drugs do. They impede the signal flow between your brain and your muscles. Why do you think drunks stagger and stutter? Imagine that kind of person on the steering wheel. Zion and anybody who has you, I agree. You take because of your stomach's sake. They say take so that you can be well. But how many of the drivers, let's be very honest, are taking for their stomach's sake? Agbo, I can understand. There's roots. But all those sachet alcoholic drink, what is the medicinal value, please? 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. Greetings, Jude. This is a message on WhatsApp. It says it appears that the police don't see driving under the influence of alcohol as offense. Tuesday, October 22nd this year, in a street adjacent to Professor Abowe Street GRA, close to the OPM church, I saw a driver parked right at the middle of the road with his door open. He was vomiting. I tried to encourage him to go off the road, but to no avail. Unfortunately, too, the female occupant of the car was also fast asleep and also appeared to be tipsy. Sensing the danger the driver could pose to commuters and himself, I went to the Sani Abacha police station to report the driver. The police I met at the gate reported the incident to his superiors. Said there is nothing he could do. That the last time that they arrested the driver in that condition, his relatives that came for him asked him, "Now your money, inte go drink?" Then I told him, this guy is a potential threat to life. Are you saying that drinking on isn't an offense? He said, "My brother, there's nothing I can do. I went my way disappointed." Godwin from Chinda. Oh, this is sad to read. This is very sad to read. Even if he's not going to be arrested, even if we'll probably need to get a lawyer to clarify this, all right? Even if he can be arrested because he hasn't had an accident, but just driving at that point in time, in this case now, he's parked at the middle of the road. He is constituting a threat. He is. So why don't they just move him and his vehicle away from the road? At least detain him until the alcohol wore off. And say, okay, go on your way. Since you did not jam anybody and you did not kill anybody, no problem. Go. But why? You see what we're talking about? Anisi is on the line from Mungboba. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome.
It's quite unfortunate that we are making excuses for this kind of behavior by these careless drivers. And talking of how the way they users, you would certainly know that, man, this one is not ordinary.
Yes, but in law,
the way they navigate the road, they don't even obey traffic lights. Like everything seems to them as if it's normal. Certainly, we know these things. We should stop making excuses. It's a serious offense that needs to be taken seriously because life has no duplicate. Once somebody is knocked down now and the person is no more, there is nothing that can bring the person back. Please, we need to be serious about this. Police need to up their game. SRSC needs to rise to the occasion to stop these drivers from continue to take lives.
I hear you. I totally hear you. And I think more should be done. But we have to cover all grounds. That's why we have conversations like this. We have to cover all grounds. And I know from the little, right? Let me not say from the little I know and I've observed, right? When it comes to these type of scenarios, it's said that you must prove beyond all reasonable doubt. Now, the fact that someone smells or reeks of alcohol doesn't mean the person is drunk. I could sit down beside you and reek of cigarettes, and you probably think, oh my God, you smoke. I didn't smoke. I was just in the same room as a smoker. End of story. But then how can I be proven to have smoked or to have taken alcohol? A standardized test should be done. And unfortunately, we don't have that here. Endurance is on the line from Port Harcourt. Endurance, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, let me tell you a story. I was traveling to Aba to board the vehicle from Eleme Junction. normally the Agbo guys there, they want to load the vehicle, and then the driver will come from nowhere,
and just jumping.
Jumping. So after we paid our money, they bought the vehicle was cleaned up. We don't know the driver, not knowing that the driver was behind one shop. They sell this sachet drink, and the man has been filled with alcohol. He just came from nowhere and entered the vehicle and started moving. Not knowing that few minutes back then they've not walked this Igbo road. And then on our way going.
Just turn off your radio. Turn off your radio, please. Turn it off so we can hear you clearly. Turn it off.
Okay.
Okay, or you step away, yes.
Okay, on our way going, not knowing that, we realized that the man get up from the road. There was a divider then. Before they walked the Obibo road, the man nearly hit the divider. So the passenger shouted that he realized himself. He woke up from his sleep.
He slept.
And then all of us would have just had an accident that morning. And everybody shouted. He matched his brake, and that was how we shouted on him. He has to park to one side. Everybody came down. They had like, hey, my money, and they collected the money from the one. If he paid 700, then it was 700 or 800. Just you can inside his pocket, collected our own transport. We bought another vehicle. Everybody came down from the vehicle. So that was how we escaped that morning. So drinking and driving, or driving under the influence of alcohol, something is very dangerous.
But we know it's dangerous. But the question is, two questions: why are some people still doing it in endurance, and how do we get them to stop, since there's no direct law against it?
I think you can't stop anybody from drinking, but if you see that your driver or the vehicle you bought, the person is under the influence of alcohol, just need to calm down. Because the government or the can't checkmate where they are, or where the bank can influence. So I don't know if the government can stop them.
So thank you very much. Go to FRSC.gov.ng. FRSC.gov. Get to that page. You look for offense and penalties. Let's go to offense number 11, number 9, number 8, 10, and 12. Please keep careful. All right. Number 8, 10, and 12. Number 8 is type driving. Define 50 hours. Dangerous driving. Fine as a response to the number 12. Driving under alcohol or drug influence. They call DUI. Driving under alcohol. Define. Listen, it's a shocking offense. It is an offense. It's 5,000 naira. Really, the commander get. I hope that this advice. This is the what. You see, driving. This chance you may also get to be a dangerous driver and carry out dangerous driving. Some of these women who tell these back up. Okay, so let's too much of enemies. Have you don't like to roll you? Monktail is worst. It is mixed with shekpe or dogoyaro. Jude, that one is another thing. Chiagoze, his name reminds me of Olami. End of story. Don't not be appear to confused and inside or where to go. Not be appear to confused and inside or where to go. He was in a nuisance as traffic started to build up. Upon going to meet the driver, it was discovered that he was drunk. He could barely make a coherent statement. He was told to come down from the vehicle and allow the other to drive. The only thing he knew to do was to take up the glasses. At that point, we looked for a way to meander and drive without causing accident. Do we then say that he has a right? I think from the responses we've gotten this morning on WhatsApp and the calls, a lot of people are not pleased with this scenario. So please, driver.